Hillary Clinton released her updated medical records on Wednesday after leaving a September 11th memorial service early on Sunday because of dehydration. The Democratic nominee was caught on video, you can see it here, stumbling while trying to enter her motorcade leaving that service. We then learned that she'd been diagnosed with pneumonia 2 days prior.
In the records released Wednesday, Clinton's physician, Dr. Lisa Bardak, said the remainder of Clinton's complete physical exam was normal, and she is in excellent mental condition. She is recovering well with antibiotics and rest. She continues to remain healthy and fit to serve as President of the United States.
With us now is an advisor to Hillary Clinton's medical team, Dr. Irwin Redlener, who joins us now. Good to see you.
Nice to see you guys.
So, all right, Doctor. Dr. Bardak said Clinton continues to improve following the pneumonia diagnosis. She's expected back on the campaign trail tomorrow. How does she ensure an incident like this doesn't happen again? I mean, it's really crunch time up until the election. She's already, both of those candidates already doing, working really, really hard.
Sure, and like millions of other people who get pneumonia every day, basically around the world and in the United States, she is recovering as predicted. She's fine, and she's got an acute illness that's being treated, and that's basically the story.
Well, Doctor, we want to make it clear that you've never examined her. You're an advisor to the campaign.
Correct.
You've spent time with her. You've seen her in person. You've watched her and all of her activity. So I'm sure seeing that video that what happened on Sunday at the 9/11 memorial was concerning. It's very concerning to watch. She was diagnosed with pneumonia 2 days prior, but said she didn't think it was a big deal to tell the public.
Well, you know, I've known Hillary Clinton since 1990. I've seen her work as the wife of the governor. I've seen her work as the first lady. I've seen her work as senator and as a presidential candidate in the past. I have literally never seen anybody with as much energy, vigor, and determination to get things done as Hillary Clinton. She's extraordinary. She pushes herself to the limit physically, and I've seen her work through all kinds of acute illnesses and times when I would have taken the day off. But this is an extraordinarily capable and effective person when it comes to plowing through no matter what to get the job done. As a friend, maybe I would have said, you know, take a day off, and you know, she would have said, I don't think so. It was very important, by the way, for her to go to the memorial. I was with her right after 9/11. We did a tour throughout New York State. She was the only U.S. senator to spend that much time focusing on the immediate needs of the country. It was quite extraordinary. And then she dedicated herself to finding solutions to the problems that we were going to be facing and setting up Homeland Security and everything else. So she is a nonstop, really high stamina individual, and I'm not surprised she went to the event on Sunday, even though she probably maybe shouldn't.
Is it hard to say no to her? I mean, like, can somebody step in and say no, you should not do this? And is that difficult to do within her campaign and even amongst her friends?
Well, you know, her judgment is really very good about these things. I mean, she generally knows when, you know, when she's reached the limit. She didn't think she had. And if it wasn't for the 9/11 event that particular Sunday, she would have probably stayed home and rested. But she felt so strongly about this that she went and did it because she felt it was really important that she try. And it looked like that exactly what they said, which was that she was dehydrated. She was being treated for an acute infection. And this is what happens. I think it's gone. It's over. And we now need to move on to other issues, not just her health, but health of Americans and what policies they have.
Let me ask you about that. And let's step away from the politics for just a bit, because I'm intrigued by her response on CNN. I think it was last night or the night before, where she was talking to Anderson Cooper, and she said she didn't think it was a big deal. She thought she could power through it.
Correct.
And I sort of feel like when I heard that, and again, we're taking the politics out of this and just talking about individuals in this country, there's a lot of us in this job and in other jobs who say, you know, I kind of don't feel good, but I got to go to work because that's the kind of person I am. That's the kind of job that I do. A lot of Americans can relate to the idea of powering through. Can you power through now, having read this letter from her doctor? Is this a kind of pneumonia that you could power through?
Well, let me tell you this. I've had 2 people that work for me in my foundation over the last 6 weeks, so I've had to send home because they were clearly going beyond what they should be. I think that there are Americans, hardworking Americans in every field of life and every endeavor that believe that their work is critical. They have a personal mission, and in her case, she has a public mission to fulfill, and her instinct is to keep powering through. And generally she does, and she'll be back on the trail tomorrow, and I think we'll see more of the same, a very hardworking
Because
candidate.
when you looked at her, other than those coughing fits that she had in the days prior to the 9/11 memorial, she looked healthy, she sounded healthy. I mean, you couldn't tell that she had a pneumonia.
Correct.
Is there anything, though, that concerns you about her condition in regards to the pneumonia, maybe the after effects that may be affected given this grueling schedule that it takes to run for president?
Well, she's being cared for by an extraordinarily competent physician, really, really competent. They've covered every base, and I think that when she gets clearance from her physician that she's good to go on the road, she'll go on the road. And I'm sure if her physician said you cannot, she would have listened to that. Per your question earlier. But right now, I think she feels healthy, she feels good, she's getting the right antibiotics, she's well on the road to healing, and she's raring to go, and that's what she feels.
Have you ever, during your time with her, there was a reporter, Lee Fang, he tweeted out earlier this morning, based on some of the hacked emails from Colin Powell, that somebody had once remarked that she had trouble going up the steps of a podium. During all this time, and specifically recently, have you seen her struggling with taking the stairs or climbing stairs or getting in and out of cars, anything that would cause you pause?
I literally have never seen anything, and I actually, as you probably can guess, I followed this very closely. I've never seen her show any evidence of any sort of serious underlying illness, and I think there's a lot of chatter on the web about all this, and from people like former Mayor Giuliani. I think it's all nonsense. I think she's a strong, powerful, raring-to-go woman.
You gave us an interesting insight, personal one at that. We thank you for sharing it, Dr. Irwin Redlener. Thank you so much.
Happy to be here. Thanks.
Thank you.